Considering the fantastic success achieved by their stallions, Haunui farm stock is bound to be in demand. They include Elusive City, who shuttles between New Zealand and France. Himself a Group 1 winner at 2, he has made a flying start to a stallion career, being crowned European first season sire in 2008. Last season his stock averaged 77,000 at New Zealand Bloodstock's National Sales Week, almost 10 times his service fee. His progeny also topped both the select and festival sessions at the sale.
I suppose for those that weren't associated with the horse, Karaka 2010 was a fantastic sales series for him. He can throw you the sales type, so you can get a result. So off an $8,000 service fee. A lot of that probably came off the back of the opinions that people had, trainers, agents, owners of horses in their stable, particularly in Asia.
But Brave Kid in front from Fast Go, and it's a first up win for the Elusive City 4-year-old.
They included thoroughbreds like Brave Kid, an incredibly exciting horse in Hong Kong for John Size. He put 5 wins together before finishing 3rd in the Derby.
Brave Kid, he's just in front of Mellifluous and Little Dreams, and Brave Kid maintains his unbeaten record.
Yeah, he did. He was a serious horse. He was rated a serious horse, before his first start. When you get D White jumping on them and rating them through those first 6 runs, it was enormous. But he's had a couple of other nice horses. He's got 2 Class 1 horses. Blaze King came out at the end of the season, change of gear and a change of fortunes, and he won he probably ran his best race in Hong Kong, the last race of his season.
Blaze King's clear. He's got the favourite done to a dinner, and Blaze King draws clear, goes on to beat No More Green. Multi Gloria battling 3rd.
But he's got some very nice young horses up there. He's got a horse called True Intelligence that won to Class 2 level.
But True Intelligence is way out in front, and this is a great return to dirt racing. True Intelligence bolts up.
And he's got a horse that was a 2-year-old, My Glory. He had one start. He won a trial here very impressively. He topped the festival sale the year before from Haunui, and he ran a very nice 5th first up. And I think he'll be a 3-year-old next year that we'll be watching. And he's 66% winners to starters in Hong Kong, and 2 out of 3, the same sort of stats in Singapore.
It's all Elusive in front. Tobias grinding at him, all Elusive just in front, got home.
Those are the good performers, all Elusive and Williams, who have both won 3 races in their short careers.
But Williams is still a length in front, and Williams is going to win it by a length.
He hasn't had the ultimate Group 1 horse, but maybe that's Brave Kid. He can get a Group 1 horse because of Elusive Wave, a for each 1,000 guineas winner. But stats are amazing. He's 79% winners to runners in his first crop, 62% winners to foals in that first crop of horses. Now, if you go and look at any stallion's 4-year-old crop, he stacks up.
Joining Elusive City on the plane is Ifraj, Timeform's highest rated speed horse of Europe in 2006. Ifraj won 3 times at Group 2 level and ran 2nd in the Group 1 July Cup.
He's a magnificent looking horse. He's just got the grouseless head, neck, shoulder, front end that anyone could wish to see in a stallion. He's got the physique, and he's left that in his progeny, and by all accounts the horses that he's got in the Northern Hemisphere, they're not straight out 2-year-olds. They look as though they're horses that should improve with time. So yeah, the world's his oyster.
Ifraj has made a phenomenal start to a stallion career. He is currently Europe's leading first season sire with 22 winners.
And at this current time, he is exceptional value. He's it would be a great achievement for the stud that if we could get the leading first season sire of the 2010-11 season in England or in Europe, just as Elusive City was. I think we might be considered that we might be starting to select a stallion that is very worthy of having in the Southern Hemisphere. There's always been a lot of conjecture about the shuttle stallion and all that, and all I see it is genetic potential, and you're using the genetics and testing them, and that's what stallions are about. And anyone that thinks that the shuttle stallion phenomena hasn't worked is just closing their minds that it's just the outsourcing of genetics, because otherwise we'd never have had Sir Tristram. All the stallions have never been bred here. They've come here. Okay, Zabeel was by Sir Tristram, but Sir Tristram was sourced out of the Northern Hemisphere, as was Danehill. The list goes on and on and on. So it's really about genetics and where you source it from.
And standing alongside the 2 incredibly shuttle stallions is resident sire Don Eduardo. As a yearling, he sold for $3.2 million, making him the most expensive yearling in New Zealand's history.
Yeah, he's a great looking horse, and I think he's a watch this space come the spring. I think you know, of the three stallions, I think he's the stallion that you can get your mare type wrong to him. I think you can get too big a horse and you know, too slow in maturing. So, you know, the first crop of 3-year-olds off Haunui are this season's 3-year-olds, and you know, he's never had more 3-year-old winners. And I think he's got a number of horses: Zavada, Booming, Autumn Ember, Swift Alliance, Miss Bindi came back tail end of the season, won 2 in a row. I think he's got a lot of nice young horses that could hit the tracks in the springtime and really kick up very, very strongly.
And Mark Chitty is delighted to see racing going so well in places like Singapore and Hong Kong.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Australia's been our traditional strength to the market. But they're probably taking a different style of horse now than what the Asian market and Hong Kong, Singapore is taking. And I think that, you know, with racing, you know, facing some challenges here in New Zealand, any market that's developing for us, and especially a market whereby they can't create their own, has big opportunities for us here in New Zealand. I think there's no better place to breed a thoroughbred in the world than New Zealand. Our cost structures still remain the lowest. We can produce a very competitive racehorse at a good cost.